We can still hear you on the mic.
Oh,
What did you say?
that's his mommy's fault.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, baby. Okay. Moreover, when you fast, do not be like the hypocrites with a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear to men to be fasting. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And so, what that's pretty much saying is like, don't go around telling everybody, yeah, I'm fasting. Yep, doing another fast, doing another good old fast. Don't do that, because people don't want you to grow spiritually. So when you telling them the little things that you're doing to grow spiritually, they're gonna automatically come back to you. They're gonna tell you you're stupid for doing certain
You
things.
talking about fasting?
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing about fasting is it's not supposed to be between you and everybody else, unless you're doing like
Yeah,
a
that's the Bible verse I
mass
was just
fest.
reading.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
supposed to be between you and God.
between you and God. And I was reading the verse that says, "Say, wash your face, go out there, look normal, look like
Yep.
everybody else. Don't
Hmm.
nobody got to know you're fasting,
Yeah.
because like that's the first of all, the devil already know you're fasting. It's not some secret to the spirit realm. The spirit realm knows,
Now he's gonna
but
attack you even more.
exactly. And so now that you're openly telling even more people who have spirits, that they operate with, that they may not even know if they operate it, you'll come home and you'll be like, why do I feel like this? Why do I,
Hmm.
you've been pumped up, but then now you're telling everybody your business, and now you wonder why you're feeling drained, or you wondering why God told you to do a 7-day fast, but now on the third day you don't ran out and told everybody you fasted. So now by the end of the day, you're like, I don't want to do this fast no more. Because now you got even more spirits working against you. Fasting is truly between you and God. That's why I said I did a fast to learn how to rest. I did a fast to release sugar and all that, so that the poison from my body, so that I can hear God. But I didn't go running around telling everybody, because I guarantee, even as I'm saying this right now, somebody on here watching is going to be like, fasting to stop eating sugar, it is not that serious. Oh, I'm never going to stop eating sugar. And that's why you probably will never hear God in reality.
I don't know if you touched on this already, but fasting makes you stronger spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
If Jesus did it for 40 days and then came back and did crazy miracles until the day of
Exactly.
his death.
And fasting isn't so God can give you that car. Fasting isn't so God can give you that ministry. No, fasting is to increase your capacity to be able to hear God.
That's why God said, "Seek the kingdom first, and then those things will come unto you." That's why
Mm-hmm.
y'all put God on the back burner, like, "Oh Lord, please let me get this." But you ain't trying to seek the kingdom
Using
or be
God as
used
a
for the
quick
kingdom.
fix.
Yeah,
Like literally, like you don't talk to God until you want something, or you
yeah.
don't talk to God until somebody done broke your heart.
Yo, angels literally sitting there waiting for you. If you're a Christian
Mm-hmm.
or a person of God, waiting for you to actually use your mouth for something useful, so they can actually intervene in your life or help somebody else out.
Yeah,
But you'll go there, oh Lord, I just can't. And they just sitting there like,
yeah.
just.
Carrie, can you go close your bedroom door, please? Thank you.
You said close the door, the bedroom door,
Close your bedroom door,
the bedroom
please.
door.
You come closer because you like out of the frame too.
Oh my bad.
Okay. Can you come closer?
Why are you yelling though?
Sheesh.
That is not God.
Mm.
You need to stop it. Now let's go praise
Um.
God.
Okay.
Let's go praise God. Let's go.
There was
Okay.
something else I was wanting to say, and I
Um,
completely forgot.
are we leaving this under an hour? Or we should start making it like 30 minutes.
I'm gonna make it as long as God wants me to make it. Because what if we talking about something and it lasts 2 hours to get it all out?
I was just wondering.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, whose fleece was white as
That's on
snow.
period I period. Ooh. All right. Well, go ahead and say what you about to say.
I forgot I was about to say.
But so what I was about to say is though, is that's the spiritual battle here because when you when you open your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
it's either gonna be used for nothing, it's gonna be used for God, it's gonna be used by the devil. So every time you go and you gossiping, and we've all been guilty of that, even sometimes now, gossiping, stuff like that, you're literally allowing the devil to use you now. Whatever
Yeah.
thought he done brewed in your head, now you're speaking it out now as witchcraft. and witchcraft is using that, perversing that power you have, because there's power in the tongue.
Yeah.
Now you're perversing that power to do the devil's bidding.
Yeah.
Now you say, man, I wish that person would just die. Now demons like, yes, like let's see what we can do about it. Keep saying it, keep going. Because either they gonna actually go attack that person because of you, or they gonna attack you. You think they?
Because you don't know, you may be wishing death on that one somebody, but you don't know what their prayer life is about.
Yeah, so
they can be saying, Lord, everybody who wished death on me, let them die.
Now you praying against this, like you speaking against this person, speaking witchcraft against them, and you don't even know you're doing witchcraft. You think you got to sit there and do some crystals, and like no, they laughing at you. They want you to do that stuff so it can start hurting you now. But you saying something against this person, it just turns around, boom, hits you. Now everything you wanted to happen to that person happening to you now. That's why we just pray on the offense. Like, Lord, if somebody opens their mouth speaking witchcraft, any attacks from the enemy through any person, send it right back. Yeah. We don't want it.
Deflect. God actually showed us that somebody did try to send witchcraft to us.
Oh yeah, weirdo.
And then it ended up hitting them because they didn't even know what they were doing.
Nope.
But they weren't doing the witchcraft where you just say stuff. They were actively trying to do something.
And of course, this is one of them. Oh, I'm spiritual people. You're spiritual you're so spiritual that you use demons to try to affect other people, and you think it's cute or cool, but these the same demons that make people do evil stuff to kids. And these are the same, literally the same speed that produced the edophiles. I don't know if we can say on these two. The people like that, like these are these people laughing and worshiping Satan openly. Oh, just to make Christians mad. You're supporting a devil, a spirit, a fallen angel that literally orchestrates all these evil things that happen in the world, and you're just proudly doing it. Oh, I just want to piss Christians. But that goes. Exactly. You like that's what makes it funny on my end. Like I'm gonna laugh at that because that makes it funny. You think you pissing me off, but I'm just laughing. Like, well, at least you're openly serving. At least listen. You're openly serving somebody you already served if you don't give your life to Christ. That's why you will go to hell with him because that is your father. Until you break off of that, get born again, you are a son of your father, the devil. You are a child of the father of sin. Yeah. You're not a free agent like some people think. You're not a free agent. You that's who you are under because he influences the whole entire world.
One thing I want to add too is I know I said that God actually actively told us somebody who was trying to work witchcraft against us. When you truly follow Christ, I'm not talking about you do a quick morning prayer, quick night prayer. The kingdom of darkness is always working. So you yourself have to always be alert and aware spiritually, right? So if you are consuming yourself in heavenly things, darkness can't touch you. It will try, but it can't touch you. So don't be like, oh, that's scary. It's like somebody try. Don't be scared for us, because we are truly seeking God's face diligently daily. Yeah. So we have nothing to worry about. Like people can literally send anything they want to try to send at us. God got us, and we know God got us. That's how we know it can't touch us. Like. So don't be scared. When you got Jesus with you, there's literally nothing for you to be scared about. Like, don't live a fearful life. God did not give us a spirit of fear.
Like, I don't think at this point I could ever be afraid of a witchcraft attack.
I couldn't be afraid of anything.
Because one
darkness wise.
One, let's throw this all there. One, all power is created by God. By God, yeah. So if I'm with the highest power, whatever power you trying to throw out is either going to be used for my good or just going to go right back on you. Exactly. Because guess who demons still got to listen to at the end of the day? God. Guess who their master has to ask God permission to even attack a Christian. So if God allows an attack on you and you one of his people, that's so you can prevail. Yeah. So make the kingdom look good. Because God wants you to win. If he sends a problem your way and you're a prayerful person, you're supposed to win. Yeah. It's not meant for you to lose.
It's literally just to show the devil that, like, yeah, they good. Don't.
You see,
go ahead, they good.
Even Job was spiritually. Job was so spiritually intelligent, they telling him like, oh, this dear God, we done this all these evil
His
things.
own wife said, "Curse God and
Bro,
die."
because it was crazy what was happening to him, but even him knew. He was like, bro, he's like, listen, lady, if the highest one
Yeah.
is allowing this to happen to me, there is actually nothing I can't do. Like I don't think he wants bad things to happen to me, but he must be doing something because he knows God is good, and on top of that, he has that fear for God. It's just like, yo, he's the highest power. There's no getting around like, oh, we need to go against him. What I'm gonna do? Side with the devil? No, the devil did this to me because trying to now God's trying to prove this against him. Exactly. And then guess what happened after that? He got blessed even more. He got blessed. If something like, bro, God is just too powerful.
Because he was trying to bite the carpet and he kept trying to jump on Daddy. Go to your room, please. We're almost done.
But yeah,
Don't let the devil get you all shaken up. That man is weak. He might be strategic, but he's still weak.
And I will say he is weak if you are growing spiritually. And we learn being spiritual is not just, oh, I just have the Holy Spirit and he guides me. No, it's actually growing spiritually. That's another thing I meant to say about fasting. You have to consume yourself with the word of God. You need to listen to stuff because growing spiritually is getting more spiritual knowledge. Growing spiritually, so even the Bible says, "My people lack for a lack of knowledge." He's not talking about if they have a PhD in freaking astrophysics. No. He don't care about none of that. He's talking about spiritual knowledge. How I know that if somebody comes to me talking to me crazy, I know that's a demon attacking me. I can rebuke it in Jesus' name. I can get all mad I want, but I know it's the devil attacking me. That person. I like knowing that will make you not even want to hurt the person anymore. It's like I know there's a like, yes, don't get me wrong, like maybe, but it makes me calm down a little bit because it's like this is literally an attack for the enemy.
And some people don't even know they're being used.
And if I know that the devil can use Christians to get me, of course he's gonna use somebody that don't got God at all. They can be used to you. If you don't have Jesus, you could be attacked at will. You could be used at will. And then a lot of times the devil won't even bother you because you're just not a threat.
Yeah.
You just live, die, don't care.
Yeah. So what all did we touch on today? Fasting, the importance of fasting, the importance of taking God serious, the importance of not letting the enemy. That was the main thing we talked about more than anything. Not letting the enemy use you. Yeah. Be used for Jesus, not
like let's think about this. If you hear somebody trying to do something positive, why on earth would you shoot that down? Or if they not doing nothing to hurt like that's like usually Dylan Mitchell, like if my like for instance, I can't even talk right now. Nah, but if Kyrie came up to me, it's just like I wanna do the okay. I wanna what's some kids we want to do or whatever. What's something weird? I want to like start the dinosaur collection or something like that. Nah, that's weird. What's something positive?
A rock collection.
Yeah, or he just like to study rocks or something. Like or he like to study bugs. Why would I shoot that down? It's just like, okay, yeah, study bugs. Yeah. Like God created bugs. So if you or if he came up to me and would show me his drawings, he just like to draw and he's actually decent at it. I want him to tell me it's a waste of time. You need to go look for a job that'll have you a 9 to 5 and get you a degree that's gonna have. It's like, what? Like, just let me do what I gotta do. Hey, that's what's up. Do what you gotta do, man.
And sometimes God will push you to go get a degree and go work at some job because that particular job still needs Christians in the facility, of right? Course. But don't just think everybody's supposed to do that.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's like don't think that everybody's supposed to be on the same like you know what I'm saying? That's not how. That's why you see, you'll see some random.
If everybody going to school to be a doctor, who gonna be an artist?
Exactly.
If everybody going to school to be a daggone lawyer, who's gonna be out there making TV shows that's actually decent for the kids?
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like if that's not what I want to do, I'm not gonna do it. I know that for me. I know that for me. Yeah. I'll never try to act like that's just the thing. It's like, no, you definitely gonna need to work, but My biggest push for my kids will be to seek God first. Seek
Mhm.
God's voice for what He wants you to do. Because for me, that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
Because God's gonna actually make you useful for the kingdom,
Right, and whatever He
and the obviously to help the world. Because the only reason this world has not been completely destroyed is because there are still saints here. Because what happened in the Bible when there was no more saints in one area? Whole city destroyed. He had them leave. He said, "Don't look back." Old girl looked back, got turned to a pillar of salt. But after they left, that city got destroyed. So the only reason a lot of places are standing is because there are people of God there.
Mhm.
And when it's time to go, like the rap league, once he start taking us away, that's what's funny. They'd be like,
God left a long time ago. No, baby, God's still here.
He's never coming back. Like, first of all,
When God
the spirit
really
of
do
God.
leave, y'all gonna be scared.
First
if
of
y'all still
all,
here.
the spirit of God is everywhere. Now, then there's people that actually have the Holy Spirit within them. Now, the people that had the Holy Spirit within them, He's gonna preserve the world enough for them, because the people of God, the sons of God, the children of God, after this earth, there's gonna be another earth for us to rule over, because that's how it's supposed to be now. Humans ain't supposed to be ruling over each other and taking pride in, like, you know what I'm saying, controlling other humans. That's why it always turns into abuse of authority. That's what abuse of authority
world
is.
Literally is the way it is, because God intended for humans to help humans, not humans to always trying to be above.
It was supposed to rule over animals,
and that's it.
And grass and stuff like that.
In reality, that makes sense, because a human and an animal are not supposed to be on the same level. But humans treat humans like animals. And then well, this bad in the world.
Some people so goofy.
Because people say, "Who's all this bad in the world for? If God loved us." It's you. You're literally letting the enemy use you to do bad things, and that's why there's bad in the world.
And the reason people will be punished at the end is because you had the choice not to be used by Satan. You had the choice. That's what it is. It's like, oh, if I just do enough good. It's like, yeah, you thought you were doing enough good. You didn't do any good for the kingdom.
Let's be real, okay? Before me and you got serious with Christ, we were liars. We were manipulators. You know what I'm saying? So we were taking part in the evil of the world, right? So we have no right to say, well, they're evil in the world. We were part of it. But when you find Christ, you legit let those things go. And that's why being a Christian is pushed so hard, because it legit will make the world a better place. Like, it's still going to be evil out there, because not everybody want to be a Christian, but it is going to help. Like, these schools are getting as bad as they're getting because people stop praying. You don't have to be praying in the building. You can pray at home for the building, but people aren't even doing that anymore.
But that's the thing about being Christian has been made like because it was not even, that term Christian was like it started off as a derogatory term. Exactly. Oh, you Christ, little Christ people. But yeah, I mean, we'll take it, because of course we want to be like Christ. But Jesus was a son of God here on earth. He wants us to be doing the same type of things he did while he was on earth, and better. And now there's even more of us. Now imagine just had like he's like, all right, I came down, show you little G's. What I mean by that is like little gods.
It says in the Bible.
It says in the Bible, like, you're supposed to be a hit like him, and Jesus is God. So if you were a follower of Jesus or a son of Jesus, son of God, you're supposed to be trying to be like God, the real God. Because if not, you want to be like the God of this world or your own God. Being your own God, being my own. This is, you're trying to be like Satan now. That's pride, and that's what got Satan tossed out of heaven. And people think it's like an even battle. It's not even. It's just that God's kind of just like, and then he's just like, oh, he's like God, because God already know his time's gonna come to where not everything's gonna be, maybe not smooth sailing, but I'm saying like it's gonna be still crazy, because we don't know. We know what the Bible says, and then we know some of the things God affirmed. But it's like, well, we don't even know what God. Everybody looks at this little less than 100 years on earth and act like, oh man, like, oh, I just got one life to live. Like, no. You think you're this. You think you're just this. but in the you're actual you
You
have
mean
a
like
yeah,
flesh?
your flesh. You have a soul and a spirit. That's
Yeah.
who's moving on.
Mm-hmm.
This flesh right here.
It don't mean nothing. God don't even care about it. God can
Well,
literally.
okay, well, I won't say he don't care about it, but it's like you because the Bible says it. You need to be you. It's like yeah, the flesh is cool. Your outside man is cool, whatever. But you need to be more fascinated with the man that's in you, and he's talking about the spirit, man.
We're literally more spirit than we are flesh.
Yeah,
Like y'all, I'm starting to get mad.
go ahead.
Y'all walk
Talk
around.
your talk.
Okay. Y'all walk too much in this fleshly mindset. You're more spirit than you are flesh.
And that's where demons hide.
And the fact that you're so fleshly is why you deal with so much unstable emotion.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you deal with the same patterns over and over and over and over again, because you're so much in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm shaking my shirt because your flesh is just like a clothing for your spirit, because your spirit needs a body needs a body to maneuver and do things in.
Yeah.
But once you become more spirit than flesh, you truly like I don't feel like I'm here anymore. Like I this world has become a legit mirage to me, because I know it's not real. You know what I'm saying? It's real, but I know it's not real.
It's not the end all be all. You know that.
Right. When you go to sleep at night and when you're dreaming, you're like, "Wow, I had this dream and it felt so real." It's because that now you have entered the spirit realm, the truth, the real thing. Like I don't even know how to really.
I wouldn't try to go too deep.
Yeah, because I feel like if I do.
Yeah, but all that to say is like your spirit is the one that you actually need to be feeding, and God was definitely hitting me a lot with that, because I was always worried about going to the gym, getting bigger and stronger. Like you need to be growing your spirit stronger, because your spirit is gonna have you doing supernatural things now.
Yeah.
Now
your
it's like
spirit is
now
going
it's
to
like,
be your motivation to get up and do something with yourself.
and when I say supernatural, let's talk about this. We take this for granted, but like I used to always want to go drink and party. Like I legit just don't want to do that stuff no more. Like of course, like people get older and grow up,
but it's because
it's like
you made your flesh submit to your spirit.
I can't enjoy rap music like I used to. I genuinely can't. Some R&B I don't even listen to no more. It's like it's because my spirit.
I was just telling Telly and Kajal, right? Your flesh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Your when you feeding your flesh all day on social media, that's why you're so unstable emotionally.
Yeah,
because your flesh, like you have to whip your flesh into shape spiritually, right? So all day you're feeding your flesh this carnal stuff.
You're feeding your soul, soul, because your flesh,
Carnal
like we
stuff,
said, is like literally like it's almost like a suit.
So you're on Instagram, you're watching girls do what they do, watching dudes do what they do. You getting all hyped up because of Instagram stuff. Then you go on Facebook and you getting all emotional because people arguing about something that don't even matter. Then you get on Twitter and now you all in the political mindset because you just mad about political stuff. Yeah. And you're just all over the place all day. You flipping from app to app to app, getting yourself all bent out of shape. Then you come out of it, you wonder why you can't find a wife or a husband, because now you don't even know how to connect to people. Or you have a wife or a husband, but you can't even connect to them because you've been so disconnected all day. And your mind has no actual focal point. It's all over the place.
I think next video we're going to start talking about politics versus the actual kingdom of God, and how like goofy that is to think that you should be so invested into that when that's just a distraction.
Yeah.
Because like we said, we already know Satan is the god of this world. So y'all arguing about politics.
And at the end of the day, God literally is the one who chooses the president.
No, he didn't. He don't got to choose. He just gonna allow it. Be like, oh, okay.
He chooses. He literally chooses the leader that the world needs at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
or whatever's gonna push everything to happen. Whatever you might think, it's like, oh, why would God want this? It's like, okay.
Read your Bible and you'll see why.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that another day. But I just wanted to end it with, like, I challenge people out there to delete your social media. Only keep YouTube so you can watch us.
I challenge you to actually test the spirits. Test what comes out of everybody's mouth, including yours. But no. Test yourself first. When a thought comes in your mind,
how do you react?
like no. Just actually sit here and think about thought. Is this fruitful? Is this fruitful? Why am I thinking like this? Why do I feel like this? And
is
I'm
this
about to go.
adding or taking away?
Is this gonna actually? What is this gonna do? Is this gonna help this person, or is this just gonna be trying to like be negative about a situation for no reason?
Right.
When you about to complain, really think like, okay, is that a demon talking to me, trying to have me complain about? Because that happens to me all the time. I'll be.
Or how about this? Am I really depressed about that situation? Or is the enemy trying to make me think I'm depressed so that I begin to act on it?
He's gonna keep talking to you until like you just accept depression. Until you start rebuking him, be like, "Get thee behind me, Satan!" Before you hate the things. Just literally what you.
One thing,
and that's what I was about to say too. Yeah. Test what other people say to you too.
Exactly.
That's what testing the spirits is. It's not testing like, oh, that person right there, dark. It's like, no, test the spirit, rebuke the spirit, and if that person allows themselves to be used that much to where you can tell like it's always something demonic coming out of your mouth.
Yeah,
I'm pushing away for you, bro. You can keep that over there, bro. And if somebody was to ask me like why I don't talk to them no more, it's like, bro, you let demons speak through you so much, bro, and you won't understand it until you actually.
It's like you drain me more spiritually than adding to me.
Yeah, I don't talk to people like that.
One thing I was gonna say is one thing that we've been actively doing in our house, which has really helped our communication as a couple, is we ask each other, why are you upset? Because literally just before this video, I was fine, and then suddenly I became irritated. Instead of him being like, oh, there you go, being upset. No, he said, what actively happened to get you to this point?
And it's not because it's not because I'm just such this great person. Like the Bible even tell you, like the Bible even says like your works are like ragged dust. Like God wants you to do good works, but don't think that's why God looks at you and thinks you're a good person. No, it's because you've been born again, so now I can look at you like, oh yeah, you remind me of Jesus, like myself. You remind me of myself. Now you cover. Yeah, you got little things wrong with you, but we gonna fix that because the man, your spirit man, is actually perfect.
Right.
But my bad. Well, my bad. Hold on. But I was about to say all that to say is it's not because we're perfect, but that's what comes with.
Yeah, it's not because we're like, we're the best couple ever. It's not that. It's because we've learned about the spirit and we know like he feels like this because something spiritually has bothered him. And so when he asked me that, guess what it caused me to do? It's caused me to pause for a second and say, what is irritating me?
Yeah.
And then when you realize what it is, you actually can come out of it because you realize like it was not even that serious.
I remember, this would be my last story.
And it's just like the enemy will just try to find little things to destroy. How we start, I literally started this morning, 8:00 this morning in prayer, listened to a whole nother prayer after I went to sleep and woke back up, talked to my friends about fruitful things, then went into prayer with him, but then somehow all that four different things where I was connected to God just this morning before this video, right? But then right before the video is about to start, I get irritated. And it's like, he helped me realize, like, no, the devil's trying to steal your day.
Right before the video.
Right before he even said, like, should we just take a minute because you don't need to get on camera and you upset. And I'm like, no, I'm not about to let this consume me. I'm getting on camera.
Shoot, I remember with myself, this is why I was still in the military, so this happened a lot. Somebody just they vibe just used to just really irk me. But it started because God has made it to where I can really discern people and why I don't like them. But this particular thing was demonic in itself because I actually wanted to hurt this person now. You remember that? Like I'm sitting here it's just consuming my mind. It's just like, maybe I should just ask this dude, like, if we should just take it to the back and just one time, you know what I'm saying? But I could tell it's like, no, I'm actually letting the devil like really speak to me about little things. And that little thing right there can show you how the enemy will just keep on until you act on it or rebuke it. Because if you just keep on letting it say that, you either gonna act on that thing eventually, or you gonna have to rebuke it, or you're gonna go try to seek therapy or talk to somebody about it. Because the enemy is not playing. He don't care. He wants you to attack your kids. He wants you to attack your family. Y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all sitting there, oh hell, Satan. It's like, bro, this is the person that wants you to kill everybody, do this stuff, and y'all saying, "Oh, I don't care, f them kids." It's like, bro, you you acting like it. If that's the person you want to support, all this little weird stuff. That's the person that's your supreme leader.
Yeah.
Instead of it being Jesus, the devil's your supreme leader, and the devil's like Jesus. That little stupid thing that they got with Jesus, white Jesus, and the devil freaking doing it. That's stupid.
Yeah.
God's not
arm wrestling.
The devil will literally probably explode if he gets that close. If God freaking grabs his hand, it's not. That's how far they are so far apart in the battle. That's why I was talking about the battle in heaven. Another angel threw him out. That was stronger than him.
And that's the world just trying to make Satan seem like this, like a
good and evil's a balance. Yeah, it's a balance. Like no, it's not. Yeah. God. That's the difference between us and why there's a devil to influence us, because we were actually made in God's image. So it will take an outside force to influence us. The devil himself was created by God. He wasn't born by God, wasn't breathed into. He was just created to be an angel, but then he perversed his whole being into being evil. So nothing about him is good anymore. He can fool you to thinking he's good for the sake of wickedness.
He can even fool you into thinking he's all powerful, and he's really
if
not.
You don't got God, he is all powerful. If you don't,
I still don't think so. Because in reality,
if you don't accept God and God's not in it, because God will still help certain people, but if you choose to reject God,
the only reason I say even in that moment he's still not all powerful, because even in those moments God is still talking to you. Like people who don't even talk to God be like, something just told me.
Yeah,
something just facts. So it's like, even
that's just still, the grace of God.
Yeah, it's just like even still he's still not.
The reason you're alive is because of God. You should think that much, because if it wasn't for that, like, these demons would be killing you easily.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between demons that actually need to be inside of you, and there's demons that don't need you at all. They just dare to destroy you.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about all that on a later date.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go ahead and close out. Like he said, though, like, test the spirits. We challenge you to start testing the spirits. Test your own spirits. I challenge you to delete social media. We are completely... Hold on. Close the door, please. We are completely off social media, except for YouTube, obviously, because this didn't even start up until God told us to do it. Because there's things that we had to do spiritually to even be allowed to be on this camera right now. But delete social media. Stop purging your mind with so much pointless nonsense, and get yourself consumed in the Word. This right here, the Bible, this thing right here, it will free you out mentally so much. Like, people say I don't want you to knock over the camera. People say, oh, there's no instruction in life. We were just born in that. No. The Bible is complete instruction in life. I remember one time we were reading the Bible, and God was just giving us instruction through the Bible on even the smallest things, all the way down to what you're supposed to pray. He literally gives you a prayer. If you don't know what to pray, literally, I'm going to tell them where that prayer is.
Which one? Jesus?
Our Father who art in heaven.
Yeah.
That one.
And that was just a basic. Like, that's just basic. Like, prayer don't have to be too long or too short.
Exactly.
You can be pray. That's the thing about prayer. People think like, oh, why do I gotta sit here and praise God all day? Like, you.
But that's the thing too. You have that mindset, but you'll give all your time to video games and that girl that means you no good, or that boy who beats on you all day. You'll give all your time to them, trying to change them, trying to get them to love you and all that, but you won't spend time with the person who actually loves you, who actually cares for you. Okay, so the Our Father in Heaven, hallowed be your name prayer is Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 9. And if you don't know how to pray, that's literally a prayer that you can pray every single day. I'm going to say it again. Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 9. Read that. I challenge you to read that daily. I challenge you to read Psalms 91 daily. We do that in our household.
Read that. Read Psalms 35 for spiritual warfare, because that's another thing. Like I said,
Psalms 35. I gotta read that. Go ahead. I'm listening.
That's the one where it says, "Take hold of shield and buckler, make their way
Oh,
slippery."
okay, yeah.
That's the type of stuff you need to be praying. So when demons attack you,
Yeah.
because whether it's a person doing it or not, it's a demon behind it.
Mhm.
That's literally what you got to have your mind set to. It's a demon behind it, and I need angels to help me,
Yeah.
because that's what God's going to
Angelic
use. Every single time God helps you, it's through an angel.
Yeah.
God can talk to you himself, this and that, but doing the footwork, like, God, Lord, give me that angelic
Assistance.
powers, like,
Yeah.
help them to fight this off. That's where your spiritual power is going to come from,
Mhm.
because we were made in God's image. What does God use all the time? Angels.
Yeah.
But man, that's it, bro. I'm tired of talking. Y'all
Mic
y'all
drop.
better listen to this, bro. I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? Get serious with God, or you know what I'm saying? You gonna suffer, basically.